All right, so there's a couple other things I want to clean up now. First of all, I want to put pointers over things that can be clicked. So instead of showing the text selector, I want to show a pointer cursor. And that's fairly simple. What we can do is just go to Styles, My Table, and we can add a new class called Pointer. Just write cursor pointer. So now we have a pointer class, and all I need to do now is go back to my table. Yeah, right there. And we will add that pointer class to all of these ones that need it. So for example, here we're going to add that class name equals pointer. Let's just test it. And so now when I go over the number, it shows a little pointer instead. Just giving the user an indicator that, they can click on it. So all of these that have the on click, I'm going to add that to them. Add that, add that, and that should be good. So number, name, height, weight. Yep. So all those have that. And the next thing I want to do is actually add an icon next to these for sorting. So I went back to material UI icons, and I like this one right here, the swap vert. So I'm going to use that one. So I'll grab that and just import that up at the top here. And we probably need the box, sort of like we did with the page type filter. So yeah, this stuff right here. Probably not the width, probably just the justify content and the display inline flex, just so they line up correctly. So let's do that. So we're going to add a box. So we need to import box because we don't currently have a box. And we'll put the box right here. And we'll put all the style stuff here. And I'm going to remove the width one. Save that. And then down here, we will add our swap vert icon. Self-enclosing. And let's see how well that lined up. That lined up pretty decently, actually. I'm okay with that. It's a little bit on the high side. Oh, the box isn't around it. That's why. I just have my box closed there. There we go. Okay, beautiful. That looks perfect. All right, so I'm going to repeat this process for all the other ones. So we'll grab our box here. And I'm just going to throw that on all of these that have clickable things. So name, put it right side here, swap vert icon, /box. Now you'll notice we have a lot of repeating code, and I would like to pull these guys out and encapsulate them. And maybe that's what we'll do to finish this video, is actually encapsulate these header ones that are clickable. So just to make it a little bit cleaner, because our table is getting pretty unwieldy at this point. So eventually, we don't want to keep adding stuff to this. We want to pull it out and put it in its own files, avoid repeating code, which is what we are doing now. So we have to assess and figure out how we can get this stuff out, but I just want to make sure that this all looks good. Look at that. Number, name, height, weight, they all look clickable. They all mouse over correctly. The other ones don't. Looks fantastic, actually. I really like how this looks. The filtering still aligns perfectly with it as well. You can still do sorting with the filters going on. Like, all of this is interacting so well. But let's take a look and see if we can encapsulate some of this stuff with the box. What is this space here? I don't even know how that space got there. I'm trying to... What the heck is that? Did I add that? I feel like Prettier just went rogue there and added its own stuff. That's pretty funny. Yeah, okay, whatever. All right, so if we take a look at the box, what do we need to pass to it? Well, the styling is all set. We need to pass probably the Pokemon sorting. The class name is good. and we need to pass this prop here. So we need to pass these two things to it. The rest of it we can do on our own. So I'm going to add a new component called sortable header cell or something like that. Sort header cell .tsx. Okay. And we'll do the same default export function, sort header cell that we've been doing. Export default, sorry. Export default function. Okay, now I'm going to grab out all that stuff from here, this whole box. Actually, the whole table cell, all of this stuff. Yeah, so what I was doing, I guess I didn't explain this very well. I'm just looking at the things that are specifically dynamic here. And this is dynamic. And handle header click, that's actually dynamic as well, right? Unless we add the filter in, handle header click. We might have to pass the whole function in. Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. Because if we just pass the function, well, if we move the function over there, that could work. How would that work, though? We would need access to all this stuff. No, let's just pass the function in. Yeah, okay, so grab out this entire style table cell here. Move it over to here, and we're going to return it. And then we're going to set some props here. First, we need to import the things we need. So import style table cell from style table cell. Okay, import box. Whoops. Good. Import swap burp icon. Wait, why is that? Okay, maybe I have to copy it from here. Looks like it didn't auto find that one. There we go. Import that. And then our props are going to be, what do we need? We need the handle header click, which is a function. We need the whatever goes here, which is a string or a value of some kind. Well, in this case, it's a number. That's a problem. So we have to make it actually able to be a number or string. So it's going to be text, and we're going to say number or string. We can actually declare it as either of these types, and this needs to be a capital F. And then finally, we need the actual Pokemon sorting enum. So import Pokemon sorting from there. Okay. So we'll say sorting, and then that's going to be a type of Pokemon sorting. And we're going to put the sorting here. We'll put props dot here. Oh, props dot sorting, sorry, props dot sorting. And then here we're going to put the props dot text. And I forgot to close this guy off, but everything else looks great. All right, so we have our dynamic sort header cell. Now I just need to go to my table and bring that in. So we'll import that, import sort header cell. And we're going to replace all of these ones with sort header cell. And it wants the function, which is going to be, sorry, handle header click function, which is going to be handle header click. It wants the text, which is going to be props.headers.order in this case. And finally, it wants the enum here, which is going to be sorting, and it's going to be number in this case. Keep putting a colon instead. There we go. All right, so instead of all this, we should be able to take all of this stuff out here and just use this instead. And if we did it right, this should still be working correctly, which it looks like it is. Good. Yeah, that's all working well. And we just do this again, copy this whole thing, repeat the process for name. So in this case, it's going to be name, and it's going to be name, lowercase. And we can take all this out. Take this out as well. And then we'll do it again, this time for height. So height and height, and the rest is good. Take out everything down to here. And then one more time for weight and weight. And take all this out here. And just like that, we've got a much cleaner header that can, fit in the screen, which is nice. The whole row can fit in the screen. We just pass in what we need to pass in. I don't know, it might be, I don't know what we would pass in. We'd have to pass in an object or something. I'm trying to figure out how we would pass in, how we wouldn't need to pass in this function, but I think we need to pass in that function. So we'll go ahead and pass in the function. And everything should still be working. Sort. Yep, we're all good. Everything's good. So that is an example not only of how we can, style this stuff, add the cursor, but also a good example of how to use encapsulation to make your code a lot more readable, put things where they belong, make things a little bit better. Also, by the way, this, if you've been following and you're wondering what this file is, I was doing some testing, so I'm going to get rid of this now. I was going to delete it, and then I was like, I better mention it in case somebody's been watching and they're like, what the heck is going on there? But anyway, I think that's good for this one. I'm trying to plan out what the next phase is going to be. We're kind of looking pretty good with our table here, so we kind of need to come up with the next thing we need to do. And I'm thinking we're gonna possibly create a page where you can click on one of these anywhere in the row, and then it will open a new page with all the specific details about this Pokemon. And that'll require quite a bit of updating, but it could be pretty cool. So let me do some thinking. If you don't see any videos posted in a while on this, it's because I'm still thinking about it. But I want to make sure what I'm presenting to you guys, even though this is just a fun, silly example, I want to make sure I'm teaching you important skills so that you can learn this and you can be confident. If you want to pursue this as a career, like Next.js development, that's my goal. If this tutorial is enough to get you to that point of confidence where you're able to feel like you can apply for work in this field, that would be fantastic. So that's what I'm hopeful for, at least. So let me plan this out. Let me think about how to proceed from here. But right now, everything is in a really great state. Everything looks fantastic. It's a cool little project we did, and we'll figure out where to go from here.